guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new 2024 Mazda 3 hatchback premium with a 6-speed manual.
And a big thanks to OJ at Furman Mazda in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to our inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car or SUV in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for OJ.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Mazda 3 replaced the 323 and the Protege as Mazda's compact sedan and hatchback back in 2004. The 4th generation Mazda 3 that you see here was released in 2019, and for 2024 the Mazda 3 gets a larger 10.3-inch infotainment display exclusive to the turbo and a new carbon trim also exclusive to the turbo. The premium that we have here may not be a turbo, however it's likely most enthusiast Mazda 3 of choice, as it mates Mazda's peppy 2.5-liter 4-cylinder to a notchy 6-speed manual transmission, making it a more premium Civic Si alternative but without paying obnoxious Honda markups or a high sticker price with an Acura Integra tech. With a base price of just $30,350, what else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So up front, you notice your flickering LED daytime running lights are not actually flickering in real life. LED projector headlamp, 2 all-black grille, signature Mazda design. We get the machine gray metallic paint color. It's really dirty right now. I wasn't able to find a car wash anywhere in this area. The closest car wash was like 2 miles away, and this specific dealership doesn't have a car wash on site, so I apologize for the dirty paint. Hopefully you guys have seen pictures of it if this is the color that you're looking for, or you just take a step back and you won't really pick up the dirty paint color. But anyway, continuing along, we mentioned the LED headlamps, black grille. The Mazda badge houses your advanced safety features. The wheels, with the premium package, we get these black 18-inch rims, multi-spoke wrapped in Bridgestone Turenza all-season tires, dimensions being 215/45 R18s. Loving the design, and these 45 series sidewalls should be thick enough to keep the ride quality nice and plush. And the 215s, we'll see if it's enough to put the power to the ground, because it is a peppy 2.5-liter 4-cylinder. We'll hop over to the other side, take a quick look at the window sticker for this 2024 Mazda 3. So it's a 2.5S premium hatchback with front wheel drive, machine gray metallic paint color, and a black interior. But as you'll see when we take a step inside, although it's a black interior, it's perforated with red inserts. So speaking of the engine, it's a Skyactiv G 2.5-liter dual overhead cam 4-cylinder, made it to a 6-speed manual, cranking out 191 horsepower, 186 pound-feet of torque. 18-inch wheels are standard, but with this premium package we get these black 18-inch wheels, same dimensions though. You can see the rest of the standard features you would get on an S. With the premium package, we get leather trim seats, black finish alloy wheels, adaptive front lights, front and rear signature illumination, active driving display, that's a heads-up display, traffic sign recognition, shark fin antenna, Bose premium audio system with 12 speakers and a subwoofer, Mazda premium navigation with off-road. Not quite sure what the off-road is. I don't think I would want to take this vehicle off-road. But anyway, $595 for the machine gray metallic paint. So $30,945 for the total vehicle and options, $1,165 for the destination. Totals us out a tick over $32,000. Fuel economy is excellent. We're averaging 30 mpgs, 26 in the city, 36 on the highway. Let's take a step back. We get body color mirrors and a sunroof up top. If I didn't mention, the mirrors have an LED turn signal on them and blind spot monitoring on the glass. We get smart access for the driver and the front passenger, subtle black trim for the rocker panel side skirt area. We'll take another step back. Hopefully you can pick up the side profile of this technically hot hatch, because we're making over 190 horsepower. Back in the day, that's more power than like a Fiesta ST, which was definitely considered a hot hatch. Out rear, we get LED taillights, and I love the design of these hatchback taillights. Defenders have a really nice hip design, which may compromise a little bit of rear visibility, but from the outside perspective, I think it looks absolutely fantastic. I like the black trim connecting the 2 exhaust tips, Mazda badge in the center, Mazda 3 outlined in chrome, Skyactiv G in the opposite corner. I'm running into these trees over here, so I apologize for the background noise. But speaking of the exhaust tips, we get a backup camera in the center. But speaking of the exhaust tips, they're duals. Let's fire up this 2.5-liter 4-cylinder and hear how she sounds. All right guys, that was the sound of the 2.5-liter 4-cylinder sold by Mazda for the 2024 Mazda 3 hatchback. And it sounds pretty good, cranking out a very solid 191 horsepower, 186 pound-feet of torque, made it to a crisp shifting 6-speed manual transmission You can expect 0 to 60 if you're quick with shifting the gears in the high 6-second range, making it a no-joke performer, especially for the price point, genuinely competing with vehicles like a Civic Si or an Acura Integra with a 6-speed manual, while seriously undercutting those vehicles in cost. As far as the interior, this is a premium package, so it is a really premium interior. In my opinion, definitely something more premium than what you get from a Civic Si. Hopefully you just saw the smart access. Well, up top, we get soft touch materials, leather stitching beneath that, aluminum door handle, aluminum trim separating the 2 tiers of leather, soft touch armrest too, and it is gushy soft. We get a 12-speaker Bose audio system, lock and unlock, 4-window auto-on touch, no power folding mirrors, but they're 4-way adjustable, not a storage compartment, but a nice grab handle. And a storage compartment down here is massive. For a compact sedan or hatchback, you're stacking 2 footlongs on top of each other and you're fitting a big gulp right out front. No nameplate down below, we just have some tape for the potential owner so everything looks as new as possible. The seats are super comfortable leather seats with red contrast stitching and red perforation. Hopefully you can pick that up on camera. They're fully adjustable too. You can adjust the lumbar, recline, drop, lift, and slide the front seats. Taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, foot on the clutch, engine start stop, and everything fires right to life. But first thing we notice is the steering wheel. It's pretty thick, solid 10-2 bolstering notch, and 9-3 fits perfect in your hands. It's not a flat bottom, but it doesn't need to be. The leather feels very premium. A little bit of shiny chrome for the frame of it. Rubberized horn, the horn itself, loud and aggressive. People should be definitely getting out of your way. We'll do a window check. We do not get dual panes, but it's a thick single pane of glass. Volume and skip controls on the left side. Voice commands, you can hang up and answer your phone calls, and infotainment can be adjusted. You can see a full analog digital speedo. You press it again and see the drive information, digital speedo with the advanced safety features. My personal favorite would be to look at this screen, so we'll leave it there. The tach goes to about 6,500 RPM. On the right side, we have our coolant temperature and fuel level right next to it. On the right side of the steering wheel, we have our cruise control settings with the adaptive cruise and adjustments on the right side. The stocks have a very satisfying click, auto headlamps, auto high beams, and auto rain sensing wipers. That's a really premium feature for a hatchback in the $30,000 price point. To the left, you can turn off the sounds for your 360 alert. You can turn off the traction control, and we have 2-person memory seats. Also a huge feature for the price point. Nice little storage compartment. You can throw an ashtray in there. Nice and convenient if that's what you're into. Down below, hopefully you can pick up the pedals. They're not aluminumly outlined, but again, they really don't need to be. Get some leather stitching for the dashboard, soft touch up top, and more leather stitching. Gushy soft too, all throughout. Guys, this is a top-notch premium hatchback. If you're cross-shopping between this or an Acura Integra A-Spec, this might be like a quarter second slower than an Integra because it doesn't have the turbocharger, but really it is just about as fast while being just about as premium, and you're saving a serious amount of money. We get dual zone front climate control, heated seats, no ventilated seats, engine start stop, a nice aluminum strip running through the center, air vents. You have a wireless charging pad, 2 cup holders, you'll fit 24-ounce bottles, 6-speed manual transmission, and it is crisp and notchy. Hopefully you can pick it up on camera. Wonderful. To go into reverse, you got to push down, push all the way to the left, forward, and our backup camera. Hopefully you can pick it up on camera. We get guidance lines, but no trajectory, unfortunately, but again, really not a big deal. Throwing it back into neutral, parking brake is engaged, and we return right back to the home screen. And speaking of the infotainment screen, let's check it out. It's not a touch screen. You got to go through this dial to access everything. The home screen, we can see information, infotainment, communication, navigation, and settings. We'll see if the SD card is added. This vehicle does have navigation, so the dealership just needs to add the SD card. But if we didn't have navigation here, it's still an option. You can go on Amazon or eBay and buy the SD card for like 50 or 60 bucks, install it yourself, and within like a few hours, you'll have perfectly running factory navigation. Hopefully Mazda doesn't get mad at me for telling everybody that, but I guess they can just get mad at Amazon or eBay for selling it at a fraction of the price compared to the actual manufacturer. Anyway, continuing along, we can go back to the home screen, see what else is available, overall settings, information, infotainment. My personal favorite would be to just leave it in this home screen because we're not going to connect Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, and there isn't a navigation screen to look at anyway. We have a volume and skip dial, perfect location for the driver and a front passenger. Favorites, leather stitching for your knee will often hit, also a super premium touch. Gushy soft center console armrest. We can check out the space. Massive. You're fitting 8 to 10 12-ounce bottles, and it's a sliding armrest. So you can slide it back and forth depending on where you'd like your elbow. And if you slide it all the way back, you have access to 2 USB-C ports and an additional 12-volt right next to it. Awesome. The glove box, we can drop it down. It is damped. Not lined with felt, but you wouldn't expect it to be. It's pretty large. Sorry for the glare, guys. Hopefully you can pick up the actual glove box on camera. It's large, but it's not a conventional glove box. It's like an inward actual cabinet style glove box. We get a basically frameless auto-dimming rear view mirror. Actually, it's not an auto-dimming rear view mirror. You gotta pull this flappy thing to dim it, but it's basically frameless. The interior lights are LED, and we mentioned earlier that we have a sunroof, so let's open it up. It doesn't open super quickly, but it does open up eventually. See if it goes out any further. It does not. So almost to the end of the front row, we can poke our way out of here. Beautiful day today in Brandon, Florida. Sunny and 71 degrees according to this 2024 Mazda 3. We can shut the glass right up. We'll leave the shade open so when we hop out back, you can see how much light is brought into the cabin. But that's about it for the front seat of this 2024 Mazda 3 hatchback. Let's hop out back, see how much space is offered back there. Before we hop out back, let's take a look at the gas cap. It's pushed to open, no easy fill, and you can throw 87 octane fuel here for the non-turbo. You can throw it in for the turbo too, but you're gonna be losing quite a bit of performance. Out rear, up top, we get soft touch materials, more leather stitching in the center, aluminum separating the 2 tiers of leather, and a gushy soft leather armrest. We get an auto one-touch window too. Decent amount of storage too. We get an additional Bose speaker, and you'll probably be able to fit a foot long. I don't think you'll be able to slide 2 on top of each other because it gets lifted up pretty high back here, and you'll fit a couple candy bars right up front. The rear seats are also full leather with red perforation, decent bolstering too for a back seat. Legroom, I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall sitting behind my seat settings, and I still have about an inch, maybe 2 of knee room. Headroom, my head is almost starting to touch. So if you're anything taller than 6'1", 6'2", you may experience a little bit of difficulty in the back of the hatchback. So maybe check out the sedan, but if you're under 6'1", 6'2", you'll have absolutely no problem back here. And anybody taller can simply just sit behind the passenger. They'll slide up a little bit. Behind the driver, 6'1", 6'2" is probably about the limit. The armrest is cushy soft leather. That's a theme throughout this interior. All the armrests are super soft. We can lift this thing right back up, 3 seats. Perforation all throughout the back. No air vents that blow directly into your face. There is something going on underneath the front seats, but nothing that blows directly into our face. We get a mat pocket behind the passenger seat, nothing behind the driver. The grab handle has a hook on the driver's side and the passenger side. The interior light, you can't turn it on from the back. It's only accessed from the front, but that's about it for the back seat of this 2024 Mazda 3 hatchback. Solid light brought into the cabin thanks to that moonroof too. As far as the cargo space, let's take a quick look and then take this 2024 Mazda 3 hatchback out for a drive. So underneath the Mazda badge is a button to open up the tailgate. It's not an lift gate. It's not an electrically opening lift gate, but with these hydraulic struts, it's very light to open up. The overall cargo space is solid. You'll probably fit 2 Costco boxes next to each other. Should be able to fit a golf bag horizontally. You'll definitely be able to fit it diagonally. You can drop the rear seats down 60-40 split, and I'd expect you to fit up to a 60-inch TV back here. Definitely a solid amount of space for a compact hatchback. I'll leave a link right here to show you exactly what the cargo space is behind the second rows, and with the second rows folded down, we can shut this trunk right down. We also have a cargo cover that hopefully you can pick up. Secret storage, we didn't check it out. Let's take a quick look. We get a spare tire and a little bit of storage space around the spare. Shutting the hatch right down. The wiper is not integrated with the spoiler, but it really doesn't need to be for a compact. I like the design of that spoiler with that subtle black contrast. Again, that's about it for the inside and outside of this 2024 Mazda 3 hatchback with the 6-speed manual, making it one of the last compacts available with that option outside of the sportier ones like the Civic Si or the top trim Integra Tech. But speaking of that, let's take this 2024 Mazda 3 hatchback with a 6-speed manual out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2024 Mazda 3 hatchback with the 6-speed manual. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. My first impressions, though, the shifter is super notchy. The clutch is pretty easy to find the engagement, but the clutch is pretty long. The steering is also a little bit long. Taking a step out here, light throttle, Very easy to drive this thing smoothly. Suspension's nice and soft. Bumps, quiet interior. More bumps, still pretty quiet. We'll try it. Rev match, pretty smooth, not the smoothest, but we'll get used to it. Second gear, about half throttle. Yeah. Very solid feeling. The heads-up display right in my face. Mazda does such a great job with heads-up displays. A little bit smoother. The engine doesn't sound super aggressive, but again, it's just a compact. Not considered anything too sporty. If you wanted to sound a little bit cooler, you can do a cold air intake or a resonator delete, and I'm sure it'll liven things up quite a bit. The low end, decently torquey. Once you cross about 3,500, things start to get a little bit more exciting. Taking a step out here through the roundabout. The steering feels pretty good. We'll see how it is over these larger bumps. Composed. Doesn't feel like an S-Class Mercedes, but again, you wouldn't expect it to be with just a $30,000 price tag. The steering feels great. Bigger bumps, boom, handles them like it is nothing. Boom, another one. We'll try an acceleration off the line. We're not going to launch it or anything, but just to get a good understanding of what this thing can do from a stop off the line on the gas. Not bad. It definitely picks up speed pretty well. We got a truck driving by, so we can't do anything too crazy. But throwing it back down in a second, pretty smooth downshift there. We're getting the hang of it, throwing it in way quicker than we should. Woo! Oh, this thing can handle really well. A small amount of understeer, but you would expect it. If you saw the speed that I hit that 90-degree turn on, you'd respect this car's handling capabilities. All right, guys, one more twisty coming right up. Brakes feel good. Steering feels really good and coming out. Yeah. All right, guys, we can try another one out off the line. This is a little bit more of an empty road, just light in the beginning, and let's go. Guys, this thing can pick up speed really well. It's not going to blow you away, but it's really just about as quick as, say, a Civic Si. One more time, throwing it in a second gear. And through the twisty. Woo! Guys, this thing can handle really, really well. All right, guys, we can try out a real-world turning radius. Hopefully that guy's getting in the way. First gear on the gas. This thing can really get up and go, and at highway speeds we can throw it into sixth gear at about 55 miles an hour. We're turning at about 1900 RPM. The road noise is quiet, the wind noise is also really quiet, and as far as throttle, it doesn't feel super sensitive when we were at highway speeds in sixth gear, but it does feel like it still has plenty get up and go. Overall, guys, if you're looking for a more premium hatchback with a 6-speed manual, emphasis on the 6-speed manual, because you really can't find it outside of like performance-oriented trims nowadays. If that's what you're looking for, guys, this is a serious way to save $5,000 to $10,000 compared to, say, a Honda Civic Si or an Acura Integra A-Spec with the tech package, because that's the only way to get the Integra with the 6-speed manual, and this is technically the only way you're going to get a Mazda 3 with the 6-speed manual, because the turbos unfortunately aren't available with it. So if you want a Mazda 3 with a 6-speed manual, this is your only way. And if you want to save $5,000 to $10,000 compared to a more mainstream compact hatchback, this is also an excellent way to do so. On the gas, the second gear, you see a little bit of a fall off. Not bad. But again, guys, if you're looking for a more premium hatchback with a 6-speed manual, I would definitely recommend at least checking out the 2024 Mazda 3 Hatchback Premium. And a big thanks to OJ at Furman Mazda in Brandon, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car or SUV in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for OJ. And huge thanks to all of you for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.